Thank you. Member of the House Oversight and House Financial Services Committee and member of the House Freedom Caucus as well, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds joins me. Good evening, sir. And is there anything that you would be willing to sort of give on in terms of negotiating with President Biden?
Look, Greta, it's good to be with you. Look, I've gotten this question a lot about what would we be willing to live without. The problem with answering that question is you assume that Joe Biden has a plan. He does not. There's no plan from the White House, really. There's definitely no plan in the Senate. They're not even talking. They're not here this week. So why would we in the House give up something when there's no counter proposal to even evaluate and understand? So right now, that answer is plainly no. We in the House have a package to raise the debt ceiling $1.5 trillion. We have a package to cut about $4.8 to $5 trillion in spending, actually getting year one spending levels down, something that Congress has never done. And the reason why Congress doesn't like doing it is because it's very easy to spend other people's money, but in every family in our country and every business in our country has had to look at their own pocketbook and make cuts. There is no reason why Washington shouldn't be doing the same.
What do you expect is going on? What do you think that House Speaker McCarthy is telling the president right now? What do you think the president's saying back to him?
Well, I mean, look, I think what the speaker's trying to do is find a resolution that he believes can get House Republicans on board. And this is what makes this very difficult because Joe Biden doesn't even take this seriously. And I mean, look, we're talking debt ceiling, obviously, but look at every other crisis facing the nation. Joe Biden takes none of them seriously. So my hope is that the speaker is telling the president that he can't just put his head in the sand. He's got to be serious, and he has to do the job of being the chief executive. And being the chief executive doesn't mean you just get what you want because you're the chief executive. It means that you got to find a way to take care of the business of the American people.
Well, I get that the House has a bill they passed, and you don't bid against yourself. So it sort of is in the president's is his turn to sort of bid against your bill, so to speak, to look for negotiation. I get that, but he has said that he would veto your bill if it did pass the Senate, which it wouldn't pass the Senate if it did get heard in the Senate. And he said, and he's sort of drawn a line in the sand. So where do you see him giving to you so that he can sort of throw it back at you for you to consider or not?
I mean, look, honestly, I don't have much faith in Joe Biden. I know the American people don't have much faith in Joe Biden either. That's why right now you got 20% of the Democrat voters want somebody else, and there's about 75% of them that don't even want him to run. So that's what we understand and we all know. I think the key thing now is, even though the senators are not here this week, what does John Tester want to see? What does Kyrsten Sinema want to see? What does Joe Manchin want to see? Because if Joe Biden doesn't have the ability to actually do the right thing, it's time to call on some of these Democrat members of the Senate, or in Kyrsten Sinema's case, an independent member of the Senate, who are up for re-election in 2024. What do they want to do? What are they trying to see? At the end of the day, I think people understand that raising the nation's debt ceiling is going to happen at some point. But House Republicans are very clear. We cannot continue to be reckless with money, frankly, that doesn't even belong to us. It is the money of the American people. We have to be responsible with it. And so if you're going to raise the nation's debt ceiling, you have to have a financial baseline that makes sense and is sustainable for the intermediate and the long term.
All right, let me just flip gears to another thing. The NAACP on Saturday has warned, I guess warn is the right word, about minorities going to Florida, saying that it's not a hospitable place for minorities. I assume that you have a response since you represent Florida. You have a thought about that?
Yeah, my response is that's a stupid-ass statement. I can't believe they said that. I don't know what they're doing. Look, at the end of the day, and apologize for my last comment because it's dumb. It's really, really dumb.
It's cable. It's
last
cable.
I
You
heard,
can say that. I smirked.
Oh, okay. Then we're good then. You know, you got to make sure you're good on the networks. I'm good now. Listen, even I just heard, what is it, that the president of the NAACP lives in Tampa? I mean, give me a break. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all politics by LULAC and the NAACP. They know that their prospects of keeping the White House are very, very dim, very, very slim. And at the end of the day, we can't continue to be dividing Americans like this. Black Americans are choosing Florida, moving actually into our state because they want to be free too. They want a sound environment to raise their kids, grow their businesses, and just build their wealth and chase the American dream. Actually, let me play it this way, Greta. Florida is what California used to be before the Democrats destroyed the place. And so let's be very clear, what the NAACP is saying is really, really dumb. And if they want to talk about issuing travel advisories, they probably need to start looking at Portland, Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York City.
Florida Congressman Byron Downs, thank you, sir. Hope you come back.
Thank you.